Wonderful day and welcome. My name is Seth and we're gonna take another hopefully short video look at some Frontier related stuff, this time outside of Frontier, checking out some helpful tools, websites, apps, etc. which are either being worked on or already available for you to use to have an easier time with Frontier in general. Timestamps and anything related to links etc. will be of course as usually in the description. And before we now start with the actual tools and softwares whatever, I wanna take a quick look at the new launcher that launched with the pretty much last update, the newest English patch and Ravi update. This is the new launcher you will get in the Ravienta update. As you can see, this is a little bit different visually, and the background, for example, is a static image now, this green one. And this thing was recoded pretty much, or like remade by Wish. Like looking at this launcher, you see like there's links, which give you like links to whatever is here relevant to the English and Ravi patch. You have like the pasta bin, the GitHub, the Discord, and a manual here, which will be later on. I think someone wants to translate this manual. This is pretty much, let me open this. This is pretty much the manual for the game, the Taiwan version, I think. And someone wants to like translate this at some point, I think, to use it as, yeah, as like a pretty much guide, informational guide, pretty much like a official wiki from the game. But how this looks like, when and where that happens, I can't tell you. I just know it's there, and at some point it maybe will be translated and linked in the launcher, of course. Other than that, you also have like the past bin, of course, as you can see here. And all those links are pretty much just helpful things, which probably gets extended with future updates. Right, one thing that is happening is the configuration settings for the launcher are English now. If you are looking for messing around with the settings, I don't need to explain anything because you can just read it normally as you want. So yeah, it's not that much settings to do, but if you're interested in that, it's translated now. Another cool thing is the volume mixer for the launcher. As you know, the sound effects and when you click like login, etc., it is astronomically loud, alright? On the old one at least. Well, Wish fixed it and now the volume mixer is being saved. Let me show you. As you can see here in the Windows volume mixer, you can now control the volume on the launcher. You could do this before, of course, but the thing is, it was never saved. So if you like put it on like 33 and then just relaunch the launcher, it was like back to 100 every time it reset it. And then you have this very loud sound effects, right? Alright, but if you do it now, it will be saved and you only need to do this once. There's one little downside to this actually. If you change the volume for the launcher, in-game the volume will also be affected. Don't ask me why, I have no idea why this is happening, but if you like go in-game, it will be like as quiet as you set the launcher here, but you can adjust volume in-game, again like the sound effect, the music, and it will be saved separately. So if you change the volume in-game louder again, it will not affect the launcher, only vice versa, which is, I have no idea why. But keep that in mind. If you like change the volume, you need to in-game make some adjustments to have like a better volume mix. After that, we're gonna look into the functionality of the launcher a bit. Of course, you have remember logging, so you can just put your credentials in, and the last put in credentials will be saved, of course, as usually. Then you can log into it, and you're gonna see these buttons here pretty much. So let's go through this. You have auto-logging. Auto-logging means that you immediately log into this character, and we're gonna come to this in a second, but pretty much what you need to keep in mind, if you put auto-logging in, you're gonna get like this warning message here, which says you need to clear your internet cache, like your internet browser history pretty much, to remove the auto-logging. So if you have auto-logging in and you wanna switch to another character later on, in the same logging, then you need to clear your internet cache to remove this checkbox. I don't need it, but this is something you need to keep in mind when using this feature. Then you have the 3 buttons here, the add character, delete character, and lockout character, and they're pretty much straightforward and exactly do what they say. Delete character is probably not working at the moment. It is like a function that is being worked on, and ideally in the end you'll be able to delete characters from the server pretty much, but it needs to a little bit more work, so wait out for that update, I guess. You can also add characters now. As you can see here, this is my character in the character creation, like I didn't done anything with this yet, but this is like my first character. Then you can just do and click add character, which adds a character on the same login ID. As you remember from the old launcher, you needed to do like a new character in typing a complete new account, like a new ID, new password, etc. to make that happen. Now you can have multiple characters on the same ID and logging, so you can manage this a bit and organize this a bit better without switching between 5 different accounts, etc. So if you go ahead and add a character here, you get the well done steak sound, which is beautiful, and then you can use these arrows here, which now have a function, and switch between the characters. This is a bad example, I'm gonna show you another one in a second, but pretty much you can do multiple characters on the same account. Logout is exactly what it says too. You can, if you made a mistake and logged in the wrong ID, you can log out and then just go ahead and just logging into another account, which we're gonna do real quick. Bam. And as you can see here, we have 3 or 4 different character slots here in the same login ID. Also, a neat detail is that the information is now more accurate, like the HR, GR, the gender, the weapon you're using is all accurate data now, which was kind of buggy before. So what Wish did is pretty much just fixing the launcher. There's also in the download available for the launcher update another version which brings back the rotating images if you don't prefer the static image, so you can look out and install that update if you want to. I must say I pretty much enjoy this like clean and static image. I maybe change it later, but for myself it's perfect. That's all we want to check out on the launcher, and we can just go on and move to the first topic of the video, which is the Safe Manager. Alright, let's take a look at the Safe Manager by Chakratos. As you extract the folder, you have this thing shenanigans here, and I'm gonna tell you real quick what you need to do to make the program working. Because you need to go into the www folder, and you're gonna see the config.sample.php file right here. You're gonna go ahead, rename this file, and remove the sample and one of the dots, and then it should say config.php. Then you can open this with any text editor, I'm pretty sure. And what you're gonna see in here is this one. This is like pretty much the information for your Arup database, or like your server database and pgadmin, and you need to put the password for your database pretty much in here as the same as you will do in pgadmin, the same password for the database. So go ahead, put your password you use for pgadmin normally in here, and then you can just save and we can move on. If you don't know which one is the password anymore for pgadmin you use, because you maybe didn't use the database at all, you can check the password in the config file or like inside the Arup folder. There's a config file you use to set the password there. You can just grab it from there if you don't know, and then put it in here too. Save it and you're done. After you've done this, you're pretty much allowing the Safe Manager to have access to the database and read the data, which it needs because you're gonna have this window here. Let's talk about this. The Safe Manager is mainly meant for the people that host the servers. So if you play solo, host your own server, then it's probably relevant for you. If you are on another one's server, like Spectra's server for example, then Spectra only needs this tool to understand and handle, and you don't need to worry about it. What can this tool do? Well, it was originally meant for backup management. Of course, with the corruption fix, it is not that one of a big deal anymore, but it's still helpful, and we're gonna talk about this in a second. But this tool also has now another function, and that is character edit. That has multiple reasons, and we're gonna go and check in that in a second. Let's look at this window first. Of course, you're gonna have here all the characters on, or like all the saved characters on the server listed up. What you can do now here is you can show more entries if you want per page. As you can see, you have like multiple pages. And you have also a search function where you can just like filter characters by name. So if you have a bigger server with a lot of people, then these are really handy tools to just manage this list better. Then you have, of course, the information for the characters, the last logging, if there are new characters, gender, etc., all the information here, and this rebuttons. Those are the important ones which you're gonna check out now. Let's take the first one. This is the Edit tab. The Edit tab is this mannequin icon, and you can just go in there and then you can edit this character. As you can see here, we have multiple tabs. I just call them tabs pretty much. And what you can do here is edit your character later on. This will be added with more functions. Currently you can also like only change Zenny, G-Zenny, and the style vouchers, which I talked about in the beginner guide. As you know, you need this vouchers or these points for restyling or remaking your character at the beauty salon, and Chakratos just added this in here, so you can just boom, set 99 points and then just change your character however you want. Pretty simple and way better than trying to redeem 99 points at the crashing lady in the beginning, right? Good. What we want to look out for now is the Keyquest flag reset, because this one is important with the newest update, and they're gonna tell you why. You can also change name, of course, and pretty much if you like playing on a different server and you want your name changed or something, you can like tell your host. Let's take Spectra server example again. Spectra, you can tell Spectra, yo, I want to change my name. Spectra can just go in here, bum 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 bum, change the name from the character, boom. Easy as that. Just need to tell him. And it's really beautiful how much this streamlines the process of managing characters and backup saves, which we're gonna check out soon too. It is beautiful, especially because it's like such a clean UI and very easy to maneuver and handle. So thanks, Chakratos. That is very good work. So you go ahead, hug him, give him a kiss on the cheek and tell him what nice work he done here. Let's talk about the Keyquest flags then. Well, with the newest update, how the game handles pretty much the Keyquest, if you update and switch the .dat file around, it messes around with the Keyquests too. As you know, the new update has more Keyquests to kind of battle and tackle the decompression, or like pretty much tackle the compression to decompress them, and give the game a bit of feeling for playing, especially low and high rank. But it can mess up like how the game works, and without going into more technical details here, pretty much this is how you fix when you get the bug that your urgent is not triggering. This can happen, and my advice is that as soon as you update, just reset your Keyquest flags just in case, so you're safe and don't get like stuck in Hunter rank 5 and then need to reset and do it all again, because Hunter rank 5 now has a shit ton of Keyquests for multiple reasons, but it's frustrating if you reset and need to do all those again when you did like half of them, right? Update to the newest update, reset your Keyquest flags, and you shall be safe to progress. Of course, this is irrelevant for people with fresh characters or already on G rank, because this is only for mid progression from Hunter rank 1 to 6. If you're like in the middle of progression, update, do the Keyquest reset flag. It's very advisable. How do you do this? Well, it's simple. Make sure your character is locked out. You want to reset. So if you on this test character and you're on another server, tell the tell the host that you logged out so he can do the changes. He tells you then when you can log in and everything should be fine. If you logged out, what you're gonna do is, as you can see here, there's 0 0 zeros. This character has no quests done. If you now done some key quest on the character, I can let me lie. I don't know which one has right now key quest. Okay, here. It's maybe not the best example. Wait, let's have like a better one here. Let me see again. Oh yeah, perfect. As you can see on this character here, again, you can see that this is like different because of the key quest. I didn't like a bunch of key quests on this character, so it looks like this now. What you're gonna do is now to reset this, you just put 16 zeros into this field. Just put 16, either copy them from somewhere or just type them in. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? You can't do anything wrong here. If you type like 1 too much or 1 too less, the tool will gonna tell you, yo, you need 16 hex numbers, so 16 zeros pretty much here. So you can't do anything wrong here. You just have 16 zeros, hit save, bum, success, and you're done. That is all you're gonna do. Now your key quests are resetted, and this has two downsides though still. First of all, visually, the key quest clear tags in game for the quest you're gonna see will be gone, right? So if you hate those, you can still redo them, so don't worry about it. That is just like a visual thing. The other thing that won't suck if you're on Hunter rank 5, as I mentioned earlier, because it has a lot of key quest. If you update and then get stuck like doing, like you did like 10 key quests in Hunter rank 5 and then you get stuck, oh shit. Well, you need to do this 10 again and then the other ones. So that is the other downside. But it's probably only critical for Hunter rank 5 because Hunter rank 5 is the only rank with so much key quest for the reason that the compression just puts everything together. Obviously Hunter rank 5 quests were spread out over multiple ranks before the compression from Capcom, and now everything is together. So until we have a better way to handle this, it is what it is. So just take my advice, as soon as you update, reset, and you don't need to worry about that ever again probably. Unless you are like switching files around, you need to keep that in mind. If you switch the .dot files around, you want to like use sheet shop or something and just like switch back and forth. This will scramble up the key quest, and you probably need to reset the key quests again if you doing something like if you do key quests and then switch around the files, etc. So much for the edit tab, and we also have like the reset tab, which we're gonna check real quick. As you just saw on this again character, right? We have like equipment or whatever, and if we go now and do the reset button like this, then this character will be set as a new character. This brings him back to the, I think, character creation. I could be wrong. It's also called just put him back into whatever, but pretty much this resets him to the beginning of the game. Like if you come in and talk with instructor, etc. So be careful with this button, but it's also pretty helpful for people who just want to reset their account for whatever reason. Then we're gonna check on the backup management, and that you can do here. Let's take a look-see at this guy here. This is the save data. Pretty much, as you can see here, we have the different parts of the save file, like the Hunter Navi progress, the partner progress, your character save, your cats, your road data, etc. And all these things you can like switch back and forth however you need the backups. Of course, this is very helpful for bigger servers because this is very simple. You have those buttons here, and you can ignore these three buttons. They are mostly for Chakratos for debugging and people who actually know what they're doing here with the compression of save files. So don't worry about the three buttons. You are interested in create, apply, upload, and download. Of course, you can do create. This creates a backup for whatever you're like clicking here, like partner or use save file. It makes a backup immediately from the current status of your character, of course. And if you click backup all, it makes a backup from every section of the save file. Pretty straightforward. And how you can apply save files with this, like if you have save files here saved now, you can just like highlight them, apply them, and bam. That is what you do. As you remember, it was like with manual comments, etc., and you just have some clicks here and be done. That is very handy, and that's why I love this program so much. It is very good to handle backups. Let's say you want to do a specific backup now. You can do this obviously too. You just need to upload the save file. Let's see, you go here into save data, right? Into a group save data where your characters are pretty much saved. And what you're gonna do, I don't know. You can obviously do another character's save data into another character. But let's just talk about specific ones. So we are in this test character, which I can't find right now here. Don't mind this. Let's say this is the again character, right? So you go into the again folder, then you have all the backups made since you created this character, and you're gonna go ahead and choose whatever you want. Like, I want this backup. Boom, uploaded. Now you can apply this backup whenever you want. And for organization reasons, I advise you that you just rename backups you need or want. For example, you can rename this backup now to, I don't know, again, Hunter rank 4. Boom. Now we can upload this, and we know, oh, this is my character on Hunter rank 4, or you can put in like Hunter rank 4 urgent, etc. Like you can specify the details in the name of the backup and then just like apply whenever you need whatever backup, right? You can also, of course, just download the backups you made here, just highlight them, download them, and then just can get the backups back, of course. Alright, you can also upload and migrate a character to another one. Like you can overwrite a character, of course. Let's say you made a new character, a blank character, and you want to like import your save file to another one. This is good when you wanna like move to another server, of course. So let's say you wanna take this one here, then you're gonna go grab the backup from this character, upload it, apply it, boom, done. That's all you need to do. It's that simple. Of course, you need to apply whatever else data you want, like partners only or cats maybe. You want to like share your cat or your partner with your friend. You can all do this here and pretty much just manage your save file or like your backups. Very powerful tool, very good. Mainly meant for hosts of the servers. Keep that in mind. You can't just like go as a client on Spectra server. Just go ahead and just mess around with this. This is not how it works. So keep that very much in mind. What you could do is you could technically modify your save and tell Spectra, yo, I sent you this. Can you import this into my character? Pretty much. That is the thing. You can modify the save yourself and then just send this to Spectra so he can upload it to the server. That is a thing. That's all we need to know for the save manager pretty much, and it's a very handy tool. Thank you, Chakratos, for bringing this alive, and good luck with the future development of this. Next we're gonna talk about the companion app. As you maybe know from previous Monster Hunters, there was like databases existing, kind of like a wiki. I think it was called Kirono. I'm not sure. Like there was a website, like a big website, and you can see the companion app pretty much as the same, just as an app for your phone, pretty much for your mobile devices. And MAEL is working on this currently, but it is a very big endeavor, and he likes also help whenever you can. First of all, it is a database pretty much, so you can get whatever information you need for the game from that app, like in terms of weapons, items, carving, quests, monsters, pretty much nearly everything related to the game, right? It is a lot content. It will take some time to do this together all, because it's 12 years of content. So if you want to help out with this and bring this like faster and smoother for everyone together, there's some ways to do this. First of all, you can go into the companion app development treat in the community Discord for the revival project and check on the help channel. There's the treat for the companion app. Check in there. I will link this treat also in the description, of course. And there you can help him out with maybe sending screenshots, talking about the app in general, and see the progress he makes on developing the app, of course. If you want to like help, there's some ways. The most common one is probably just providing information, because MAEL is obviously not like an 200% expert on Frontier. He didn't play like the game completely true yet, 200% like me, and he doesn't know how certain things maybe don't work, so he's gonna ask and need information about it to make it as accurate and large content-wise to have in the app. So if you can help out with that, you can just go ahead and casually help with this if you want. You can also help him typing in data, because there's a lot of data, of course. Like, he can provide you with spreadsheets where you need to put in like maybe some numbers or just names, etc. for data relevant stuff. He can probably just tell you and explain this better to you, whatever you need to do. If you're interested, just hit him up, ask in the treat or private message him maybe. That pretty much helps. He also looks for people maybe who can help with designing. There's a friend of him who already designs some icons, monster icons and stuff. But if you can also help out with designing maybe some shit, like icons, etc., you can go ahead and hit him up too. Or if you have program knowledge, you can help developing with him the app. He told me that the app is in Java/Kotlin. Is this right? I hope it spelled this right. Those are the languages used, so if you want to help extending the features or just generally getting this app working completely fine, then you can help him out with that too. If you want this as soon as possible, then go ahead and help him out. He will appreciate the help a lot, because this game is definitely big, alright? 12 years of content you can't just like type up in 2 hour or two-day work, you know? Well, thanks MAEL for bringing us this opportunity, because I know there's some people out there who just have one monitor and just using their phone while playing, and you can pretty much use this app offline even. So if you want to know something, you can't access like internet right now, you can just search the information there. Pretty nice. The next we're gonna talk about is Ferias. Some people maybe know Ferias. Ferias is like a Japanese wiki kind of, and has a lot of like information. It is not that up to date anymore, but the only way to pretty much navigate to the site somehow was with like a partially English script for it, which is definitely not complete and was kind of wacky still to use. But it is like one of the sites which have the most information on the game. So as you can see here now, Deerby took it upon himself to pretty much translate the Japanese site to just English version pretty much. So this is, and I quote this as a warning, this is under heavy development, so keep that in mind if you wondering why there's a lot still Japanese, because he's working on this whenever he can. He's obviously also pretty busy with real life and other stuff, so make sure to keep that in mind. You can find this on his GitHub pretty much, and you can help out in just copying the repo site and then maybe make pull requests for helping translating certain things. Because again, this game is 12 years of content, and putting out this data everywhere is a hell of a work, besides just fixing bugs and making everything work. The cool thing about this though is that the English version of Ferias at the moment is synchronized with the item DAX, and the item DAX is probably like one of the most important things for people, because it's like the items in the game. If you don't know where you can find the item, you can look them up. In the Japanese version, you need to like translate the Japanese item to like pretty much to the English item in game when you have the English patch to the Japanese version, and then you can look them up here. you don't need to do this anymore. These items are synchronized with the latest English patch when you have it installed, so you can just look it up. As you know, here case sensitive, but you can just go ahead and just like Raphalos and see all the Raphalos things here. Oh yeah, Raphalos Ruby. Oh yeah, look at this. Shiny drop, tail calf, capture reward. Nice, perfect. Or you're like looking for current site is probably one thing a lot of people look for. And you're gonna see here which areas in which areas have this, like areas, and which area number inside of the area. Okay, I need zone. I just call them zones. Which area and which zone in this area the thing is available to what percentage, and you have maps too. Like if you click on day and night, you see the day and night map and where you can grab the items on there. So Ferias is pretty much dope, and alone for this item features right now very helpful for a lot of people to maneuver around and get information about items, for example. Try to help him out if you can. I'm pretty sure he will appreciate any help he can get, because this is a hell of a work. Some people don't realize that just simple translations can take a lot of time-consuming work and should be not underestimated. Alright, the last thing for this video is the set searcher. I don't have too much experience with the set searcher, but we're gonna look at it. And you can find the set searcher pretty much at the info channel on the community Discord, pretty much, the Monster Hunter Frontier channel. And there's the latest version in English, translated by MechE. Pretty much, MechE translated it to English, so thanks for that. And whoever made this tool, thank you a lot for that. As you know, set searchers are very powerful things, and we're gonna go through this real quick to make your life easier with this tool. Because I see a lot of people getting confused about this, and I myself are not the best with this tool, but I can give you a few tips here. First of all, when you downloaded it from the thing, there is default settings, and you want to make sure that these two checkboxes here are pretty much like are out, alright? This one's out. I'm gonna tell you in a second why, but pretty much this checkboxes, and then up here you can change the process priority to increase the performance of the tool, like you give higher process priority, so it gets more power from your PC pretty much to make faster progress. And then you have also options, which you can mostly ignore. I just have the default stuff. And what you want to change though is up here the max results. Max results is like default 10,000 or something, but let's be honest, who needs 10,000 results? Just limit this to like a lower number, because it makes it way easier and faster for the tool to work. Alright, let's talk about the functions. It's pretty much straightforward. As you can see, a gender, Blade Master, you can just like search for certain criterias around. Good. As I said, you can search sets here. Let's do an example. Let's say I want a gathering set, right? Backpack, high-speed gathering, and I don't know. Where was the skill for the thing? I can't find it right now. But pretty much, okay, I have this set. Good. What you're gonna do is now you have, if you have the default options here, this like filters on, this too, then this is gonna happen. No results. You're saying now what? How is there no results for this simple setup, right? This is few skills, there should be at least one set. Well, this is because of these two tags. If you have them default on, those are very powerful filters to exclude, for example, very specific decorations, items, skills from the search function, or just search with specific categories of armors. I talked about this in the beginner's guide, different armor categories. There's like a lot of equipment in here, 12 years of content again, very much. And the default filter has only like a few, like here, like check marked pretty much, so it only searches with like all these G-rank categories, only the ZX Zenith from Zenith Armors, etc, etc. You get the idea, right? And you can use this and probably need to edit this in certain situations, so keep that still in mind. But if you want to just like casual searching something, turn it off. You don't need it, because when you search now, bam. As you can see, I limited to 100 results, and there's more than 100 results, but we have all the 100 results here. Pretty neat, pretty helpful. You can also still filter this results by other criteria to sort this, like by hunter rank. You can also just like sort by the skills, etc. By the defense, for example, if you're interested in that. It's very powerful, and you need to take your time, but also very helpful to get what you want. Good. Let's take another example here. Okay, you can save this skill sets pretty much for searching. Let's say you have a friend and he has made a set and he wants to share it with you because you wanted to. Well, you can save the skill set. You can just then import the saved skill set and search for it. But unlike endgame sets like this, what's gonna happen is the search function will freak out and show you crazy numbers like this, for example. Watch here on the time remaining. As you can see, the number here freaks out, right? Well, you obviously don't want to wait 109,000 or 10,000 hours for your results. Okay, few things now here. This is the actual time, or like kind of the rough time, but obviously you don't need to wait for that. It can get very laggy and performance heavy if it like searches through everything in the game, because again, I can't like say this enough times, because people don't realize 12 years of content. This includes equipment. Imagine how much equipment in the game is now, and how much possibilities of armor set combinations you can actually do, right? Just to keep this in mind and out there again. It's a lot, and this tool is gonna search through all of these combinations, which is massive. Obviously the tool is like having the crazy numbers like this, because it takes that long to look through all those combinations to give you all the results. Again, that is why you wanna like limit the search results pretty much to have an easier time. And also, if you have like 8,000 hours like these, you don't need to wait the 8,000 hours. As you can see, I took like 46 seconds right now, and in this 46 seconds there's already some results. So you don't need to wait this 8,000. You can just wait like for 2 minutes and wait for all the sets it's gonna list you for there, then pause it or stop it, and then just take one of these sets pretty much out there and use it, right? So there's no need to wait the 10,000 hours to do this. To speed up this process pretty much, if you have problems with performance and stuff, that is where those filters come in. If you use the filters and you want only specific things, you're gonna limit this. Like you can search for certain defense, you can search for certain rarity ranges. You can obviously search for HR, SR, GR, GSR, and all these like options can change the performance and how much you like gonna struggle with this. If you just don't know how to exactly use this, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people in the community who can help you out. Just ask around there, and I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people who can just tell you optimizations, or maybe they have a set already you want and have it ready for you so you can just copy it. But if you're like struggling to search something for yourself, you need to take your time and take a look at like all these options you have, and then pretty much make whatever you need for your desired equipment sets, right? Now, this is also the end of the video pretty much. This is all I wanted to talk about at the moment. Those are tools and websites currently available and being worked on. I hope it helps someone, and this is all I wanted to talk about. Thanks for listening in. I hope you have a wonderful evening, night, or day wherever you are. I love you all, and I hope you have a good time. And I'm gonna see you all in the next video. Bye bye.